I think co-authoring relationships that work well are more rare than we think they are. And I am often sort of shocked at how quickly people jump into co-authoring relationships. It's like, oh, you have bologna and I have cheese. Let's make a sandwich together. Like that'll work. And I think there are so many things that can go wrong and make conflict really escalate inside co-authoring relationships, and we rarely have the conversation ahead of time about those topics. So things like, okay, what do we assume about our roles here? What do we assume about deadlines? Like if you say you're going to get something back to me by Friday, does that mean you're hoping to turn something around by Friday, but if you didn't, it's no big deal? Whereas I assume, like, Friday's Friday. I also think a big piece of it is what is the writing process. Like, are you writing your sections and I'm writing my sections and I really shouldn't mess with your sections? Because that's going to cause huge problems if we don't have the same assumptions about that. And then the last is how you each cope with stress. I think that we both, when we feel stressed about the book, we get a little obsessive about it. And the fact that we both do that is very complementary, because we know we're walking around the world 24/7 each, focused on how to solve whatever the problem of the week is. But some people, when they get stressed, get escapist and avoidant. And then one person feels like they're grappling alone, and the other person is like, I'm just as stressed, but that's why I'm playing video games 24/7.
In some ways, it's just like any other relationship that works, whether it's a work relationship or a personal relationship. And as Sheila mentions, it has to do with a lot to do with sort of getting expectations aligned. But a lot of that is just going to be emergent in doing the work together. It's not that you can say, okay, we're going to spend a week figuring everything out at the beginning, and then everything will be aligned. You do want to have some of those conversations in advance, for sure. But it's also, there are going to be conflicts along the way. And another big factor is, how are the 2 or 3 of you at talking about those conflicts as they come up? You're going to learn a lot. You might think, well, when we started, the book was about this, which is more a topic that you're engaged with. Now, as we've gone along, the book has kind of swung a little bit in terms of topic. So how are you going to talk about those things? How are you going to deal with those things when they come up? Are you going to be able to talk to each other, listen to each other, understand each other? So it's both a matter of trying to front load some of those conversations and get expectations aligned, but also being very aware that unforeseen things are going to come up. And so part of the skill is just talking that through.
Thank you for listening. Please review our other available content for help writing, publishing, and marketing your book. If you have any questions about the Author Learning Center, please contact us by email at authorsupport@authorlearningcenter.com.